Hello YouTube, it's Nardie in Japan and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about 5 things I love about Japan. That said, stay tuned because I will be making another video about 5 things I hate in Japan. But I decided to start this series off nice. So, the first thing I love about Japan is just how clean it is here. I can really truly say that 9 times out of 10, you can go into any public bathroom and it's pretty clean. Of course, humans can do gross things, but generally speaking, it's pretty clean. Also, the people here really consider the environment when it comes to like littering and whatnot. You hardly ever see litter in Japan, at least not like outside of like major areas such as Shinjuku or Shibuya, where there's lots of foreigners. No offense to us foreigners. But Japanese people typically don't litter. And I really like that because I'm so against littering. I hate people who litter, I really do. So I love that it's like extremely clean here. The second thing is the safety. And I love this, not just for myself, but also for my friend girls. People really just like mind their business. I'm not saying things don't happen. And of course there has been many incidents, but I think statistically it's probably much lower. I have friends who are females that can walk down the street at 2 a.m. to the convenience store without a care in the world because no one wants to bother you. Everyone just wants to mind their business. And also, like when I'm walking down the street, no one bothers me. Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's little microaggressions, like people might cross the road because they think I'm gonna bother them, but that's another video. Just generally speaking, I love how safe Japan is. No place on earth is perfect, but compared to where I grew up, it's a lot safer. Which also brings me to my next point, which is it's just a follow-up of the previous point, but it's not another thing I love. I just like I like that it's so safe that children here are so independent. They are able to go to school on their own, they're able to take the train, they can catch the bus. Their parents don't have to worry about anything happening to them. Of course, things have happened to children in Japan. Like I said earlier, there's no place on earth that's perfect. But children are so free here. And that's really inspiring to me. Like if I have kids, I want to raise them in an environment where they are able to be free little people who don't have to worry about holding my hand all the time or have to worry about being attacked or harmed or kidnapped. So yeah, I really like that about Japan. The next thing I really like about Japan is I like the food. I mean, let's be honest. Some of the Japanese food I don't love. I really don't, because I feel like it lacks seasoning. But what they do well, they do so well. Personally, I don't eat sushi and I don't like ramen, so like I'm not that guy. But you can catch me at Torikizoku, which is like a yakitori chain. But it's so good. Like the perfect example of Japanese quality when it comes to food. I don't care where you go in Japan. Torikizoku always has the same quality, and that food is so good. I love going there and getting the chicken skewers and the meatball skewers. I also love green tea soba, which is not Torikizoku. That's a different. Like I'm just saying, I love Japanese sweets. When I'm in the mood for something sweet but not too sweet, I can easily go to the convenience store and get something that's like, I wouldn't say healthy, but is not loaded with sugar. Japan and Japanese people have mastered the art of getting sweets just right for someone like me who doesn't really like a lot of sweet. So yeah, love the Japanese food. And I could do a whole video on like my favorite Japanese restaurants. Let me know down in the comments if you want that. The fourth thing, let me think. What is the fourth thing? The fourth thing I love about Japan is the scenery. I mean, let's be honest, Japan is so beautiful. Like, there's so much, like, untold beauties in Japan. Like, if you live here, you know what I mean. Like, there's lots of, like, tourist destinations and things, but, like, outside of that, Like, you could just be in a random village in the countryside and you'll see like a beautiful mountain or a beautiful shrine or some park filled with these special flowers. Every town in Japan has something they are known for, something that they claim they invented. And sometimes they display it so well. I just love I guess you could also say I just love the way the Japanese like present things. And they are so like extreme down to the detail, which also can be a negative, but in this case it's a positive. They get things just to perfection when it comes to scenery, when it comes to advertising and marketing that scenery. Everything's beautiful. I love it here. I love walking down the street and just seeing like nicely cut trees and nicely cut grass and like, I don't know. Even the freaking convenience stores, like when different holidays and seasons come along, everything's just so nice. It's quite festive. The scenery, like the natural scenery and like the man-made scenery. Japan they don't miss. I have to give them that. And then the fifth thing that I love. What is the fifth thing that I love? The fifth thing that I love about Japan is transportation. Transportation is made easy in Japan. But there is a caveat to that. I'll say it's easier in Japan. If you live in the countryside where I have lived in my past, like a couple years ago, I lived in Ishinomaki. And before that, I lived in a place called Ibara, way out in Okayama, child. Both places, transportation was a little bit limited, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you had a train that ran every hour and some buses. But that's because those are small towns where people usually drive or walk or bike. But in the city, like in any part of Tokyo, Saitama, Kanagawa, like in the city parts of these prefectures, you're gonna have the best transportation you could think of. My train line, the train comes every 4 or 5 minutes. The buses run every 3 minutes. Like, they have a bus in rotation, taxis everywhere. Like, you don't have to have a car because you can get anywhere, any kind of way. And I love that about Japan. I grew up in Alabama, and for me, I never owned a car. My mom, I wasn't one of those kids that was blessed with a mom or dad who was gonna buy them a car for their 16th birthday. I never owned a car. And I moved to Japan before I was able to buy a car. So I've been here my whole life. I've never owned a car. And living in Japan, I don't think I ever will own a car. I just don't see the point. The only reason why I would want a car in Japan is so I can go on road trips and I can go to Costco. And really, I don't really need it for road trips because overnight buses basically are road trips. They're so much fun. And actually, I'm going to do a video pretty soon on the different modes of transportation in Japan because there's the Shinkansen, there's the overnight bus, there's the regular buses, there's the trains, there's express trains, limited express trains, so many different types of ways to get across Japan, including airplanes. I mean, it's really amazing. Transportation here is the gold standard in my humble opinion. And I really hope that one day the United States can just do better than Amtrak. Like, and don't get me wrong, I know the United States is a huge country and that's why their travel isn't quite like Japan, which is the size of California. But that said, I think we could, if we worked on our infrastructure, we could easily get it going. But I don't know if they would keep their trains as nice and clean as the Japanese do, which is back to my first point. I love the way the Japanese people take care of their trains. Like, I hardly ever see trash on the train. And when I do, I always see someone try to get rid of it. Like, it's just, I don't know. I've never been in New York, so New Yorkers, please don't attack me. I'm just using y'all as an example because everyone I know that has been in New York talks about how dirty the subways are. That's not a thing here. Now, what is the thing is Tokyo has huge rats, just like New York. But it's okay. We ain't judging. But anyway, so yeah, these are the 5 things that I love about Japan. I hope that you enjoyed this little video. I tried to make it short so you don't have to wait too long And please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll be making more videos soon. The next one coming will be the 5 things I hate about Japan. Spoiler alert, they're just minor disadvantages. I don't actually hate anything about Japan. But we're going to talk about it. All right. Thank you so much for watching my video, and see you next time. Bye.